Can I taste your juice?
Hey folks, PBusardo. So, Vive la France. That's what this video is all about. This is about VapExpo and some video from VapExpo. We did things a little bit different. Like every time we go to the events, we try to do things a little bit differently. When we went to Hall of Vape in Stuttgart, which we are returning to, we took a look at like the high ends and the modders gallery. In this video, we kind of walk around and look at more of the like the major companies, the Vaporessos or the Vaporessos, Sigelei. We took a look at a couple other Innokin. We took a look at a couple other companies as well. So some interviews and some new products in this video from those companies. Okay, but and by the way, I got the new boom mic and it doesn't work at all. Okay, it's even more echoey than this. So still working on the microphone. Thank you very much, Chris, Total Music Source. Really good friend of mine. He's like right around the corner over here. He let me try this one. Didn't really work, so we're gonna look for another solution. Okay. New light here too. I haven't really had time to adjust and play because I really need to get to this video because tomorrow I am going to have a house full of folks over for Easter. Okay, so if I don't get the opportunity, I hope you guys have a very happy Easter to you and your family and your friends and all that good stuff. So happy Easter, everyone. So VapExpo, usually in Paris. This one was in Lille, France, and Patrick Berdu always doing a good job with these events. This one, I didn't think it was quite the Paris event. They really didn't do the conferences, so it was kind of like a toned down version of the Paris event, but still a good event and very well traveled. As a matter of fact, earlier on Saturday, they like right at the very beginning of the event, they had 5,000 to 6,000 people in the event already, and I think they need to increase their concession area because the line at the concession area looked like they were giving away Frankenskulls. It was insane. So I'm sure they're going to fix that in future events. And I'm very orangey. I feel like our current president. I'm going to see if I can adjust that a little bit, but. As usual, and in this video there's going to be some funny stuff too, but as usual, some traveling issues getting to France. And let's hear from Dimitris a little bit on what happened there.
That's my hair. It looks horrible.
It really looks terrible, yeah. Don't worry about your hair.
Playing for 24 hours. So, here's the funny part.
There's a funny part?
Every time we travel, there's always something going wrong. Yeah. You know, I mean, always. So, no different today. We show up, we get into the airplane to come to France for the VapExpo. VapExpo. And everything is fine. There was a little bit of confusion there at the beginning because Phil was a little bit late. But anyway, we made it into the plane. Plane takes off, and we're happily cruising over the northeastern states heading to France. All of a sudden, the pilot says, we have a little issue in the cockpit. This is very unusual. But we've turned around and we're heading back to Dallas, and we're going to board another plane.
That's right.
Safety first. We understand. So we come back, we deplane, we take our bags, move them to another plane. 4 hours later, we're on our way back to France. So
now they did the full emergency landing thing too.
The full 9 yards.
Like the brace
and you know, don't be alarmed. There's gonna be fire trucks.
And everything in the air. Yeah,
they're gonna be checking the brakes and stuff. Anyway, everything was fine. Thank God.
Let me expand on that a little bit, and you're gonna see the colors change as I continue to try to adjust this light here as we go on with this video. The disaster. So the deal was something happened in the cockpit that would not allow them to fly over the Atlantic to land in France. So they turned the plane around and they went back to Dallas. So as they're doing this, they're going over all of the emergency procedures because I guess what happens is it is a very dangerous situation because since we didn't go over the water, they couldn't dump the fuel. So when they're landing a plane of that size full of fuel, it's a very dangerous situation. So they have to land a certain way, they have to apply the brakes a certain way so things don't overheat and explode. So they go over like all of the emergency procedures, the brace thing, how to go into the brace position. And, you know, you're thinking to yourself, it's in the back of your mind, is this how I end? And it was a little, I was nervous. I was absolutely nervous. So we come in and we land, and it was an absolutely perfect, smooth landing. And as we were landing, I thought they were going to do the brace thing. They didn't do that. I guess they only do that when you're like careening off the runway. I don't know. But there was a thunderous round of applause for the pilot in the plane, because I did record it.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Dallas, Fort Worth. Glad we had a great and successful landing, which we expected, but it doesn't hurt to be safe.
So we get to the new plane, and then we arrive in Paris. Now, we had trains booked at 9:30 this morning to take us to Lille, where the event is going on, but obviously we missed that because it's 2:30 in the afternoon here. So now we have to go to the train station and get new tickets.
Right.
So I kind of navigated my way around. I figured out that it's at Terminal 2C, so we arrived at 2A. So we had to walk across all the terminals to get to 2C. Well, we get to 2C and everything is closed off. There's nobody in 2C.
Yes.
Because, as you can see right here,
There's a bomb threat going on
there's
here.
there's a bomb threat going on here in the terminal. So now we're outside in the garage area, waiting for the terminal to open up.
Yeah.
But hopefully we will make it to the event at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's.
Oh, wait, and-
yeah.
Dimitri broke his luggage. Yeah. Look at that. You know what happened there?
That's
Yeah, right.
it's all that working out, man.
It's that 5 gallons of e-liquid you have in there is what it is. So the bomb threat was taking too long, so we decided to get a rental car. And now Dimitri's in there getting a rental car. Here he is. So I guess the train station's over there somewhere, and they have from there all the way over to here, all closed off right now. He's taken a very long time, and now it's like snowing here too, I think. Yeah, very, very light snow. And I'm cold, and he's taking a long time. No consideration for me at all. He's speaking Greek in there? It took a long time.
I got a limo for the famous PBusardo here too.
It took forever. Don't worry, I'll load the luggage. Did he check that car for bombs? So now that we have the car, they just opened up the airport again.
Yeah, they are. It's unbelievable.
Unbelievable. It really is.
All right, so we get in the car and we drive from Paris to Lille. It's about a 2-hour drive, but of course, as we're driving, the high-speed train that we were supposed to take passed us once, passed us twice, and I believe even passed us a third time. So we get to the hotel, and the beds at the hotel are frighteningly small. Not only are they frighteningly small, but they're also frighteningly close together. So like as I was sleeping, and if I were to roll over, I was either greeted with Dimitri's ass right there or Dimitri's face right there, neither of which were very appealing. Okay, and we also had some shirts to iron, so we called to see if they had like any kind of an ironing service, and this is what happened.
It's bad. I mean, look at these beds.
Okay, so here's the size of the bed. This is how close I have to sleep to Dimitri.
It's bad how the beds are small.
Right.
So we called to get an ironing board and an iron.
No, actually, we called to see if somebody could iron.
Service.
If there was a service to iron the shirts, right?
But why would it be?
So the iron looks pretty good.
Yeah, so they bring the iron and then
That's the ironing board.
What am I supposed to do that? It looks like a...
Let's bring it to the beach and go surf. Yeah. You almost hurt yourself there. Careful, you're an old man.
But at least the pooper has its own room. So.
Yeah, all right. Well, how do you iron on this thing?
You just open it up like that.
Yeah.
See it like that, and then you put it on the table, and then it's for baby clothes.
All right, troubles aside, we made it.
Yeah, we did. a little bit chilly.
It is a little bit chilly, right?
But it looks like people are starting to roll into the event,
Yeah.
and
What's
we're sitting like right behind the next big thing in Vape.
Look at that. Are you the next big thing in Vape?
I think I was, but then I looked on the side of it and I said it's a hot spot for dudes and babes.
That counts you out. Actually counts both of us out, I think.
Immediately just kind of just pushed me off to the side of it.
All right, so now let's start talking about some of the product that we saw and some of the booths that we visited at VapExpo Lille France 2018. We hung out at the Innokin booth a lot, so let's start there and let's take a look at their new product, the Proton. The Proton. No atomizer connected. There you go, the Proton.
Do you have a Proton?
I do have a Proton.
I have a Proton too. Hold
By the
on.
way, you look like Drew Carey from The Price is Right with that microphone.
Come on down. By the way, I don't see it as Drew Carey. That would be more Bob Barker. This is a Bob Barker microphone.
Yeah, I mean, they're using the same microphone, by the way. I only changed the host, but the microphone is the same.
Absolutely right. So we're here at the Innokin booth at VapExpo 2018.
In Lille, France.
It's not Lily. You mispronounce everything. Like, you're worse at it than I am. It's your Greek, I guess. Matter of fact, before he told me he put coal in his tank. Coal. That means coil, by the way, for everybody.
Well, you know, my accent is Greek, so please cut me some slack. I mean,
Please.
just because you claim to be Italian, but you didn't even know where it was on the map till a few years
I can
ago.
find it on a map. Shut up.
But anyway, yeah, we're here to talk about some technology, some new product.
So we're finally allowed to sneak peek this product.
Yeah, it's been kind of in the works for a very long time. I mean, it's Innokin, you know, they want to make sure everything is correct before they put it on the market, and it's safe and it's accurate. But yeah, we're really excited to give you a first look here at the Innokin Proton.
And Innokin really kind of stepped up their game. This is something I would say new for Innokin, because we haven't seen a whole lot of like fancy screens. We haven't seen color screens from Innokin. We haven't seen a lot of dual battery mods, and they kind of they did it all with this one, right?
Yeah, they did. And one of the things, obviously, that we're really, really proud about in this device is the interface. And I think when you look at devices out there, yeah, there's a lot of 2 battery mods, 2 18650 mods out there that do higher wattage, they do temperature control. But the interface to get your device to do the things that you want to is mostly complicated in the stuff that's out there now. But what you're going to see here with this device is a really easy user interface. Gives you a lot of options just to do them on the device.
I do. I think they did an outstanding job with the user interface on this one. I think it's very intuitive. It's easy to navigate. They actually did go to a joystick system.
Yeah.
Right. They went to a joystick system. It is going to be a side fire device. So I'm going to show it to you here. We'll do some close-ups as well. But so here's the device is the new Innokin Proton. So it is going to come in a black. It's going to come in a rainbow. It's going to come in a white version. We don't have the white version, but
I'm
here
excited for the white.
I do. I like. Well, we know that I like white and black devices, right? So this is the other rainbow right here.
And this is the black one, and it's going to come in a kit. You're going to get the Xeon 2 version 2 tank with it.
Is it Xeon or Scion?
I don't know. I don't know. I call it Xeon.
You're probably wrong.
Probably wrong. With a little slider tech, pretty much like the Aries, same type of filling mechanism on top. So it's going to come in a kit as you see it like that.
All right, and the device itself, again, this is a dual 18650 device. It does do 235 watts. Okay, you can see the system right there. That's the operating screen or the firing screen. This is going to have a 3-click on and off, like most of Innokin's products, or if not all of Innokin's products. So 1, 2, 3. That's going to shut the device off. It actually has a nice little fade to it, right? It's got a little video fade to it.
Cool.
Now, and this is another thing that Innokin products do that not a lot of other products do. If I click the fire button, it's going to let you know that it's off.
Yeah.
It's not just off, and like people think it's broken, right?
That's right.
So it does let you know that it's off, and it's 3 clicks to power it back on. So 1, 2, 3. We get that little Innokin fade again, a little animation there, and it comes back into operating mode, right?
Yeah. So what I want to do is I want to hold the microphone and just kind of put your hand around here, and I want you to just go a little bit through the menu, because I really want people to see how easy it is to access the variety of the things that you can do with this device.
Let's take the atomizer off and sit the atomizer on it, right? Because this is one of the things that we've actually seen from other Innokin products, but it's a lot prettier now because of the screen, all right? So it's going to tell you that there's no atomizer on it, right? And as soon as we put an atomizer on it, much like with the Chroma, it's going to ask you what kind of atomizer it is.
All right, so it's going to ask you, is it the same coil? Is it, or do we want to do wattage mode, or the different materials for temperature control? So same wattage, stainless steel 316L. Nice that they spell everything out. Titanium and nickel 200 for temperature control.
Is it the same coil?
Right, so go ahead and click same. And now we're into the operating screen. The operating screen itself is going to have different colors, okay? Right now it is showing a lovely Dimitris pink, but you can change the color of the screen. So to get to the menu, it's going to be 3 clicks on the joystick. So you can move the joystick down and hold, and then it'll start flashing, and you could adjust the wattage down the same way in the other direction. And then if I click the joystick 3 times, 1, 2, 3, that's going to take us into the menu. So here we have coil, we have TCR, we have curve. Okay, so this is the first Innokin product that actually does customized wattage curves. We also have a bypass setting on this one, and then we have settings. So if we go down into settings and click that, you can see we have some other settings here. So we have a vape counter, we have the screen timeouts, we have Celsius or Fahrenheit, we have the color of the screen, we have a puff counter, and this one also does feature updatable firmware. Again, not something that we've seen from Innokin before. Oh, see, and there, so here's the color selection. So, you know, Dimitris obviously likes the pink. I would probably go for more like a blue. But we have blue, we got pink, we got red, we got white, we've got purple, and we've got green. So let's go back up to blue, let's select that, and it changes the look of the screen a little bit. On the screen, we can see the wattage setting, we see the time of the puff, we see the status of the 2 batteries up here at the top, we see the voltage applied to give us our wattage, we see the mode very clearly written here, and we see the resistance of the attached device. All right, so here's the customized curve of wattage screen. We have 4 different locations that we can program, and we can create our own custom wattage curve. So again, this is another feature that we haven't seen from Innokin before, but it's in the Proton.
So obviously you're going to do a full breakdown review of this device, and we don't want to give everything away, just kind of a little sneak peek of some of the new features that are coming out into the device. And now, of course, I am going to demonstrate some delicious Greek vaping.
Are you going to vape now?
With the Scion tank.
Here we go.
At about 101 watts.
Scion tank. Can you handle that many watts?
I think I can handle it.
Okay. So attractive. Isn't it? It's so sexy the way he vapes. It's unbelievable. Very. I can't see anybody. I can't see anybody. One more. Oh, shotgun. Oh, it's
Yeah.
like it's minty, cool, and like a little feta cheese there.
You know, I know we're laughing because it's 100 watts, but you know, for us that we vape at 16 to 20 watts, for a dual 18650 battery device, it's very, very small. So even if you put a mouth-to-lung tank on it, you get 2 days for a battery life. It's just fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely. And I was involved. I mean, we did have a little hand in the in the interface in this one. I was definitely involved in testing the temperature control on this one, and I would think, this is by far Innokin's best temperature control.
Very accurate.
It's really, really
Absolutely
good.
accurate.
It's really good. So there you go. A little look at the Proton coming soon.
Now, during the event and during that little piece of video, we were using the DJI Osmo Plus. Now, I don't know if it's because this talks to the phone wirelessly via Wi-Fi, not Bluetooth, right? And I don't know if it's like, you're in a room with like 6,000 people all using Wi-Fi at the same time, or a lot of Bluetooth and Wi-Fi signals, or if like I got too much running on my phone. But what a disaster, even trying to record that little piece.
The more money you spend on camera gear, it's like it's unbelievable. Now we're not getting any video here. Okay.
Absolutely nothing.
It's just not working the way it should.
It still could possibly be PBusardo's phone that's doing it.
It could be. I told you, even I could make like $1,000 camera look like dog shit. I said that in my last video.
The phone just crashed again. I can't make this up. I really can't. It did.
Oh, what happened there? I don't even know what happened there. Unbelievable.
Strangers in the night.
God.
There you go.
Well, before you do that, let's do that, and then let's push that button right there, and we'll do that. Somehow all this shit works perfectly for Daniel. And we'll edit this part out. Like, you won't even know it's happening, but maybe we'll put it at the end.
All right, so moving on, what did we see a lot of at the event? As you can imagine, e-liquids, a lot of hardware companies there. They did have a small modders gallery. We did stop by to talk to one of the modders there. You'll see that a little bit later on.
But also, as you can imagine, pod systems. Pod systems are everywhere. Every one of the manufacturers are now coming out with pod systems. So we did stop by the Soren booth to take a look at their new pod system, the Vagon.
Hey folks, PBusardo. No. So we're here at the Soren booth, and we're checking out some of the products. Of course, you know Soren, makers of the Drop, very, very popular, and the Air, and of course the iShare. And they're showing us one of their new products here. This is called the Vagon, the Soren Vagon, in different little colors. We have a red, we have a blue. I mean, with pod systems being more and more popular day by day in our industry, it's nice to see some new products coming out there for people to enjoy. This is a dual use. It actually has a switch on it that you can manually activate it, or you can actually automatically draw on it. 430 milliamp hour battery. Has a little belt clip as well on the side, so you can just carry it around with you. Nice little design, really slick design as well too. Has a little light indicator on top as well too. You'll see here when I'm drawing on it, a little blue light is going to come on. That's it. This is the one with the silk nick in it. Actually, when I'm testing out these pods, I like to use some of the liquid that I'm familiar with. This is a 20 milligram silk nick pod, what I use for my pod systems. And I put another liquid inside here, one of the liquids that they gave us here as well, just to test out the different variety of flavors and how it performs. How do you think about that? What do you think about the silk nick? It's menthol icebreakers, but it also gives me a throat hit as well too, so that's the reason why I like to use that one.
So this is both an automatic and a manual, so it's got a little button on it here. A little LED comes on. It'll also give you the status of the battery. Very, very sensitive on the switch too. Like I'm barely pulling on it. See it lighten up?
Very good flavor on it as well too. 1.2 ohm resistance, actually working very good.
And they showed us about, how many designs did they show us? About 100 different designs? So they looks like we're going to be seeing a lot from the folks here at Soren. We're moving on. VapExpo 2018, Lille. Hey folks, PBusardo, VapExpo 2018 in Lille, France. And here I am with Maggie. Hi, Maggie.
Hi.
So Maggie's with Geekvape and Digiflavor. And one of my favorite devices of last year, just because I think the looks and the ruggedness of it, was the... Now, how do you pronounce this? Is it Aegis or Aegis?
I think both.
She thinks both. See, I got it right every time. It's both. So the Aegis and the Aegis, it's just the ruggedness, the looks of this device. I think it's fantastic. And now you have a new one coming out.
Yeah, right. We have new one called Aegis Legend.
So what are the differences between this one and the original?
This one is actually the same features of the first one.
Same
is
features.
Waterproof, dustproof, and shockproof.
Okay.
And but the difference is this one has dual batteries. Yeah.
So this is going to be a dual battery, either an 18650 dual battery or a 2700 or 21700 dual battery. This is going to be a 200 watt device. There's a couple other things that I noticed on this as well. So with the original Aegis, we had the screw bottom.
Yep.
Right? And now with the new one, we have the flip.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so it's going to be a little bit easier to get your batteries in and out of this one. And also another thing that I really like about this one is on the original Aegis, to get at the USB connection, you had to unscrew the top. We don't have to do that anymore.
Yeah.
So it's still going to be waterproof, it's still going to be dustproof, but now it's much easier to get at that connection. Terrific. Now, when do you think these are going to be available?
In the middle of April, we will release it, and I think the first batch will be at end of April.
End of April. And do you have an idea of price point for them?
Right now, the price, I believe it will be similar price with the first one. Yeah.
Similar price. Now, are there going to be the different color choices? So we do have the different color choices as well.
Four different colors.
So my favorite one is still there, right? But it's in the new format.
Yeah.
All right, terrific. Well, we're looking forward to this from Geekvape and a whole lot more products from you as well.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for talking to me. All right, thanks for watching. We'll see you again soon.
I'm here with Celeste from Sigelei, and of course, who doesn't like new and shiny things? So Celeste is going to show us a couple of the new products that Sigelei has out.
Yes. So here's our new product, the Sigelei Top 1. You can see here we have a lot of colors, and we have the rainbow one. Where is that rainbow one? Oh, here it is. You ready? like it. So, the maximum power is 230, and when you change the power, it goes like this. It's like a dashboard, right? Yeah.
And of course, it has all the usual Sigelei temperature control and the various menus, right?
Yeah. And you can see when it turned off. Here.
It acts like a clock.
Rolex watch.
Is it Rolex? Are you sure?
Yeah.
Rolex might sue us for that.
Don't assume me.
All right. So what's this product, Celeste?
This is No Wolf X phone. You can see it? It's pretty nice, right? And here.
So what is that back? That back is all one light.
Yeah. It can't be light. It can't be light on. Just here. And you can see the screen is made of glass, so it's kind of heavy, but it feels so comfortable. And maximum it's also 230 watts. Yeah.
And what kind of batteries does this one take?
18650 dual battery.
Dual 18650. That was a very long 18650, by the way.
I'm sorry. It lost long because.
Well, thank you, Celeste. Some more new products from Sigelei over here. Very excited. The show going very well for you?
Thank you. Oh, yeah.
So there you go, folks.
Hey folks, PBusardo, here we are at VapExpo 2018 in Lille, France. Not Paris this time, in Lille. And I am here with Chelsea, right?
Yeah, Chelsea. Hello, Instagram fans. How are you guys?
She's very excited. So Vaporesso has some brand new products coming out, and we've seen kind of everything from Vaporesso. We've seen smaller mouth-to-lung type devices. We've seen bigger cloud type devices. We've seen some high wattage devices, really nicely done. Okay, so tell us about some of your new products that are coming out.
Yes, we have the Cascade 1 kit, which is a vape pen, a very new style. Yeah, you can see. And also mouth-to-lung kits. Vape pen as well. This is the Oka Solo, which is just released to the market. And we also have the Lexus, also the MTL kits. I'm so excited. Yes, we have so many new stuff.
So this new one here, and this one is called the Cascade 1 Plus, okay? The kind of unique thing here is that the e-liquid, they have a separate chamber for the e-liquid and for the coil. So you can't go ahead and change that coil with the tank being full. But what I liked about this is, this really isn't my thing, but it certainly could be your thing. The coil options that they have here. Because, Vaporesso has been known for ceramic coils. They do have a ceramic coil option. They also have a standard cotton coil option, cotton and coil. But they also have a mesh coil. You have a mesh coil available for this.
So we have the mesh coil, which we just released to the market for this one. It's very cool, from 30 watt to 90 watts.
30 watts to 90 watts. And what is the device capable of? Will this device go up to 90 watts, or can it handle the mesh coil?
Yes, you can handle the mesh
It can
coil.
handle the mesh coil.
Yeah.
So now, I'm not saying that this is the only pre-made mesh coil on the market, but it is the first pre-made mesh coil on the market that I'm familiar with. Dimitri, you know any others? Are there a couple others now? Okay. All right. It does. The flavor on here was really good. Now, this is your new little tiny guy. So this is going to be a low wattage device, and this is going to be more for your higher nicotine or for your nicotine salts, correct?
Yes, correct.
Okay. And then finally, we have this little guy right here, and this is going to be the Nexus,
Yes,
right?
Lexus.
So the Nexus is it's actually like a small breeze, right? A small breeze from Aspire. So if I pull the mouthpiece up, so it's that kind of thing where you have to kind of unscrew this and you fill it up with e-liquid, right? So it's kind of like, it's not really a pod system, but it kind of looks like, it resembles a pod system. Okay, so this is a 2 ml, all right? And what's the battery capacity on that?
It's 650.
650 milliamp hours. So there we go.
Here's a little vape on it.
I'm going to give you a little vape on it. But by the way, unlike the Breeze, this one does kind of stand upright, okay? Let's go ahead and have a vape. Now, of course, it's always difficult to tell because you're not using your own liquid, you're not using your own milligrams, but whatever liquid they do have in here is delicious. It's like this fruity, like I want to put an umbrella, a little paper umbrella in here. It's like a pina colada. Very good. There you go. So matter of fact, they are going to give me one of these to review. So we'll try this out with like a 12 milligram. We'll try it out. Maybe Dimitri will try it with a Nick Salt. But there you go. Some new products from Vaporesso, and I'm sure you have many, many more coming, right?
Yes, sure, of course. We'll have more new exciting products for you guys.
You're hired. You're so good. You're so excited. It's so exciting. Thank you so much, and I wish you guys the best of luck with your new products.
Yeah, thank you.
Vaporesso, check her out, huh?
We're over here with Caroline at Teslacigs. We go way, way back. I've known this girl for a very long time. And tell us what's new coming from Tesla.
We actually have these 2 new products will release very soon. This is a sliver kit, the pod system. It's 350 mAh the battery capacity, and the pods is refillable.
How much liquid does the pod hold?
1.6 milliliter.
1.6
Yeah.
and you fill it on both sides?
Right, 2 holes, 2 each hose.
And the little battery pack over here, a little USB charger, and what is that on the side right there? Is that the battery light?
Yeah, it will come with the battery light and with the childhood lock system. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh, so you actually click it 5 times and it turns the device off?
Yes.
That's pretty neat. That's something that we haven't seen in a pod system yet.
For security for children, you know.
Yeah. And what I found really unique with this, look at where the mouthpiece is. I mean, I know some people might be saying, you know, about the airdrop.
The airdrop. I guess he couldn't figure out which was which, so he just kind of put them together and created a whole new product.
But the mouthpiece is usually here on the corner. On this one, it's actually in the center.
Yeah. What color is that, Dimitri?
This one comes in Dimitri pink, obviously. You can see. Very, very stylish. And various colors that are out there. Tell us about the device here.
This is a Teslacigs DB 219 watts. The main point is the material. We use the PEI. It's kind of the plastic, but it's original, natural. Like this finish, we need a baking or a print. But this is a natural, original, so it's environmental friendly. And it holds.
How many batteries does it take?
Dual 8650 battery, and maximum can be, as the name said, 219 watts.
And do you make that chip? That's a proprietary chip?
Yes, it's all on Teslacigs chip.
All right, I'm going to take a little vape off of this over here too. Just a little 65 watt. That liquid's pretty good too. Well, always a pleasure to see you. Everybody's really excited about the new products that you're coming out, and we'll see you on the next show.
Okay, very nice to see you too, guys. Okay, thank you.
All right, guys, so that's about it from the mainstream manufacturers. Now we're going to head over to the Modders Gallery, and we walked around the Modders Gallery, and we looked at some of the stuff that was there, and as you can imagine, it's lots and lots and lots and lots of squawk boxes. We did find one company, a company I'm not familiar with, that had a really nice box, a really well-made box there. So let's hear from my new friend, Alfred.
I am here with Alfred. Look at how nice Alfred looks. And this beautiful, this is really good. So as you can imagine, the big thing at VapExpo and the big thing like all over the vaping community are the squawk boxes, right? Very, very popular. Mechanical, some have built-in protection, some are regulated. But we found one here that is absolutely beautiful. This is a new product from my friend Alfred here. And Alfred is going to talk a little bit about your new squawk box. Tell us about it, Alfred.
We were 3 friends, 2 of them aeronautical engineers from Sweden. We wanted a skunk mod that was made of a solid material that you could take to work, and at the same time something that you could take to a nice restaurant with you, something that looked pretty solid and elegant.
So something that's not only being, that's also rugged and dependable too, right? How long have you guys been making these devices?
We started in January 2017 with idea, designs, prototyping, and we launched it in May. In May. In our small Facebook group, created our websites, and we just make 20 or 30 a month still. Okay. So we are still in very limited amounts, because we take very good care of each mod, and we test it, and we really want to put out there the best product. We don't do it really for the profit right now. We just want to have a very, very good product.
Okay. So you're machining everything yourself. Where are these being made?
This is being made in a aeronautical machining parts facility outside of Stockholm. Outside of Stockholm, the capital of Sweden, where we rent a space with a machine that is very high precision CNC machine that is the one that permits us to have these tolerances for the door to slide that way without any rattling and such on.
Okay. Why don't you take us through one now? Show us one of the devices.
Of course. This is the 18650 device. It's obviously for 18650 battery. So we have the door, it slides out. This is stabilized wood that comes from Central Europe. This one is from Ukraine. And we have all the contacts like made of pure silver 999. We have this Italian-made connector from Mod Dog.
It's an Italian-made connector, Dimitri.
Then we have this wheel here. It's made of Teflon to take high temperatures. That acts like a lock. So you just do this.
Okay.
And now it's locked, and then you turn it. So it has a very high conductivity. We also sell it with this other door made of the same material as the mod. So you have a whole black aluminum solid piece.
So does it come with both the stabilized panel and the black panel?
Exactly. It comes with both, and also comes with this bottle that we made with a cap that doesn't have a tube, of course. And the idea is that you have it on the pockets, and you just exchange the cap, and quickly you have a full bottle, like if it was a new bullet.
Terrific. Okay, so and by the way, Dimitri, I've felt these doors. These doors are fantastic. It almost reminds me of the Rio. Remember when we used to play with the Rio door all the time? But this one, I mean, is just the movement on this and the tolerances are really, really nice on this.
This is never gonna rattle you. I mean, there's nothing that moves here. I mean, then we have the 20 and 21700 version, which is kind of the same, just a bit bigger. And as well, it comes with both doors, both bottles, and all silver inside. I mean, we really achieved the highest conductivity, or one of the highest in the market. Of course, the differences are really small. Yeah. But some of our clients really appreciate this and really notices.
Okay, and what's the price point of these?
The price point in euros, we will be talking around 300 for the 21700 version, and around 250 for the 18650 version.
And if people are interested in these, where can they go and find them? How do they get a hold of you?
We are mostly in our Facebook group. We are building a website that will, in a couple of months, be our online store, and we sell all over the world. I mean, we have a lot of American customers, Australia, Japan, everywhere. Actually.
But that would be the best way to get somebody. Would be through your Facebook group, and we'll give his Facebook group in the video.
This is Chronic Mods in Facebook, and that would be.
All right. Well, thanks very much. Beautiful device. I wish you a lot of luck with it. Thank you. My pleasure.
All right. So that's it with the hardware. We're going to take a look at two e-liquid companies. The first one, and by the way, I am well aware of the fact that I am holding the microphone way too close to my face, but this is from my DJ days. You got to get right up on that mic so people can hear what you're saying. This mic, not so much. This is good enough. Lesson learned. All right. So we are going to take a look at two e-liquids, or actually one e-liquid company. First one's going to be a U.S. liquid that I actually heard a lot about while I was at the event and a previous event too. So I went to find and try that liquid, and then we talked to a French e-liquid manufacturer. This first e-liquid we found at the LCA distribution booth. They had a bunch of e-liquids that they carry and distribute there, and it is from OPMH, and it is called Watson.
Tell me about what's going on over here, Eddie. How you doing, brother?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm terrific. So you, I've heard about these liquids, since we got here, right? Troy's talking about, Eddie's talking about it. We want to try them out. Tell me about what you got going on here, bud.
Well, we have many liquids from OPMH, but I think what you're referring to is the Watson, which is our vanilla tobacco.
Right.
And then also we have our Watson milk pie, which is a mix between the Watson and the buttermilk pie for here in Europe.
Okay.
So Primitive has really been a staple in all the European countries, in France, Italy, and everything, and Watson has really stuck with Primitive. So what we did is we mixed the two, and it just blew up.
Right, and I heard that the liquids are doing really, really well over here.
Yeah, right? Very, 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 very well.
Now you're able to distro one of these in the U.S., but not the other. Is that the correct?
Well, two of these. So the Watson and the buttermilk are able to be sold in the U.S., not so much the Watson milk.
So you mean you're actually doing things right and obeying the laws, kind of? Is that?
Yeah, that's exactly it.
It's like unheard of.
Yeah.
All right, let me try these. What do we got first?
We have Watson.
Watson. That is delicious.
Yeah.
That is delicious.
It's a nice blend of vanilla with the tobacco. It's a very special tobacco that we use.
That's got a really nice natural tobacco, but it's more rounded with the vanilla. Like if you like a sweeter tobacco, right? And it's not like overly sweet. You don't have a whole lot of sweetener in this one, do you?
No.
There's not a lot. No. That's a sitting down at the end of the day with a cognac vape right there, man. It's really, really good. All right, so that's the Watson. Let me try the combo. Is this the combo right here? Okay. That's actually really good too. I almost get a cheesecake aspect from that a little bit. I think if you like tobaccos, right, I think you're going to like the Watson a little bit more. Yeah. Right? I think you're getting more tobacco from that, but this is delicious.
That's more of an all-day,
Yeah.
You can enjoy, you still get that.
Try this one, man. I want you to try the tobacco. Well, I know you're holding the camera and everything, but go ahead. See if you can make that happen. That's nice, right?
It almost has like a smoky RY4 creaminess in the background, and it's definitely not overly sweet, which is very rare at these shows. What is it?
No, really, really nice liquid. So, should people be interested in getting these liquids? Okay, so if you're in the U.S., where do you go?
In the U.S. for Watson milk, you go to Europe. Or Malaysia.
No, for Watson.
For Watson, anywhere. OPMH, GiantVapes.com. Okay. Number one spot is going to be GiantVapes.com.
Okay, now for the European, for the Watson milk, okay, where do they go for that?
Many places. LCA, Italy, it's really big at Vape Express. And then you have Smoky in Greece. You have many countries. And then you'll find them all over online sites. So...
All right, well, really good, man. Thanks so much. Thanks for talking to me, and lots of luck with the show and getting these liquids out there.
Hello, my fellow vapors. This is Dimitris. We're at VapExpo in Lille, France. And you know, me and Phil travel all over the world. We go to these shows, and of course, a lot of them cater to the advanced vapor. And ever so, at some of these shows, we'll find a company that really renews our faith and passion helping smokers. That's exactly what this company is doing, Alpha Liquid. I'm here with Alexander and Catherine. And Alexander, tell us, first of all, a little bit about company, Alpha Liquid. How long have you been in business, and what has the mission and the focus of the company been?
Yes, the company started open in 2006 with a project concerning e-cigarette, and moved very fast in 2008, starting making e-liquids for the French market with a French touch for the French vapors at that time. So we mainly focused on our first mission, which was help people quit smoking. And now the company has 10 years, and we never forget our missions. So we continue, and we strongly believe that this is the way to impose a standard in the vape industry.
Looking at your products, you know, it's what I've really noticed is all these years that you've been in business, and we've seen obviously your company in the last 3 or 4 years that we've been traveling, you've always maintained that same straight line with your marketing, adult marketing, the correct product, the correct ratio of viscosity of liquid, and you haven't veered off and, you know, kind of fell into the marketing game of the other companies. Why is that?
Why? Because all our catalog, 80% of our catalog is in a PG-VG ratio of 70 PG, 30 VG. This is the best PG-VG ratio for a smoker because he has to feel the heat. He has to feel something in his throat to help him quit the smoke.
Yes.
And that's our main catalog. We're of course trying to go on lower ratio, like 50-50, but we don't go lower because there's no interest for us. We're really targeting the smokers, and we design all our liquids to help them with the real taste of tobacco in our product. We producing our own aromas. So yes.
It's funny because if we talk about in the United States 70% PG ratio, people look at you like, oh, it's crazy. But the truth is, a smoker wants that higher PG to give a better flavor and to get that throat hit to get them transform over. And last question for you, Alexander. You did tell me that you're working with some vape shops this year to kind of change the perception that maybe the public health officials, doctors, and of course smokers have about our product. Tell us briefly about some of the moves that you're making into the vape shop.
Yes, we're trying to working with vape shops to make them understand that the future, in the future, they have to involve the medical industry in that field, because this is our mission. But we're not doctors, okay? The only thing we can do is to give the most accurate information for doctors, for medical corps to follow up their patient, or the guys who want to quit smoking, because it's a real illness. Yeah. It kills people. So we have to involve them by providing an accurate information
And the data
that we're collecting from the market. So this is our mission. This is the next step, because
within the vape shops, they're collecting data that they're able to pass on to medical professionals and kind of see the journey of a smoker. And I think that's a brilliant idea, and it's something that should be doing in the States. Catherine over here really introduced us to something that was really unique to help the vape shops achieve that, because simply the vape shops need to be providing the accurate information, but sometimes it gets repetitive. You have employees that work for you, right, Catherine? And you're doing an incentive through your company to help the vape shops create that goal of helping smokers.
Correct. And our mission, of course, is to help the smoker go through his experience of quitting smoking and have the best experience possible in vaping. And also our mission doesn't stop, providing only the product. We also want to help and support the vendors in the shop stores to give the best advices, the best support to that customer. And we need also to remember that we all have been there, and it's a very stressful situation when you want to stop smoking. So this is how we determined how to start building that document, which is basically a support for the vendor to drive and conduct the interview that the vendor does usually when he welcomes his customer for the first time. So it's guiding him through the basic questions of his dependency, his motivation in stop smoking, and also to answer all the basic and random questions that he has. Also, we need to understand and remember that the interview, mostly 20-30 minutes, there's a lot of information that he never heard about. And once he leaves that store, he will start fading all that information, and this is the best way for him to keep this and also to have a relationship with his store, to follow up also after a couple weeks and adapt if necessary to have again the best experience, and also to attain his target.
One of the things that we talk about from a medical standpoint, you talk to doctors and they tell you the first week you're going to quit smoking, you feel better. The third week you're going to feel different effects. And I know we're not doctors. We can't really tell this to our customers. But it's very, very important to walk that line and reward yourself when you're feeling better about what you've done through vaping.
Exactly. And we even thought maybe to give a diploma, a certificate at the end.
That's a great idea.
Because you have to be able to feel confident, and you need the support of your family. All the people around you, and again, this is why we came up with such a document, is to, like I said, to create that relationship and for him to feel confident and secure also about the product, because vaping is new. Still new for a lot of people, and they need to know exactly what kind of product they're using and what's inside. This is very important.
We will have a slide presentation with all that is included in this booklet in English, and we have talked to the Alpha Liquid company, and anybody out there in the United States is welcome to use this, and you can just change it over to fit your vape shop needs. So don't hesitate, because it does say Alpha Liquid on there, to take the incentive, because more people that quit smoking, it benefits the entire industry, right, Alexander?
Yes, you're perfectly right. And really, we never quit our path, our mission, and the strongest thing we can say is to be more adult, more how can I say, more rational to approaching that market and approaching the product and approaching the vaping.
Yes.
And that's why we are high PG, not high BG, but
You know what? In this haze and chaos of marketing, it's really refreshing to see companies like this continuing to do it in 2018. So best of luck to your company, and you got 2 supporters right here with you.
Thanks a lot.
And that is Alpha Liquid, and we're going to be working hard to take that little form that she had and convert it into a format so that we could share that with you guys on the next Smoker Show. All right, it's about that time. About time to wrap this video up. Well, almost.
Hey folks, PBusardo, so it comes to an end. VapExpo 2018 in Lille, France. We had a really good time. Lots of vendors. We did shoot a lot of video for you guys in this video. We tried to hit some of the major manufacturers and find out what they were doing, some of the new stuff. As you can imagine, the modders gallery was mostly squawk boxes. We did see a really nice one that's in this video. And we look forward to more of these events, not only here, but all over the world. After this, we're going to go to London. Then we're going to come back from London. We're going to go to Stuttgart for the Hall of Vape. And we're looking forward to all those events. We love coming to these events. We love meeting people. We love meeting vapors, and we love meeting you guys. So please, if you do see us at the events, make sure you stop by and say hi. And now I'm going to turn it over to Dimitris. So as always, you guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again soon.
Thank you, Phil. Thank you, Phil. Another VapExpo here in Lille. This is the first time that we've come here.
To Lille.
Usually we come to Paris. I was kind of surprised. We're such a small city. The turnout, once again, amazing. Vapors here in Europe, they just come out to these events. They have absolutely no issue, no matter where it's at. They just want to come out and hang out with vapors, try out new liquids, and see some of the new hardware. Shows in the US, you have to get back to this. You have to have hardware at your events just to have, some people over there that are going to come and just see something new, right? It's enough with the liquids. There's 90% liquids at these shows and the events in the United States, so I'm really excited, and I had a great time. Like Phil said, meeting vapors, meeting advanced vapors, smokers that are coming to these events and having a great time until the next one, and we hope to see you there.
You didn't say cut. Are you cold? You look cold. That's because you have no meat on your bones anymore. You're like, dude,
I lost one kitty. I lost one kitty, exactly. I'm cold. Let's go.
All right, that's it. Bye-bye.
I gotta pee too.
All right, so that's almost it. But I'm going to say here, thanks very much to Patrick for having us out at the VapExpo events. Thanks to all the vapors who came up and said hello to us, all the folks that we talked to, all the vendors that we visited with. We really do enjoy traveling to these events and talking with you guys. So one little last piece of business here. So we had to drive 2 hours back to Paris to go to the airport. And as we're driving, we had a toll booth that we had to go through. Now, Dimitri turns to me and he says, Phil, which lane should I take that takes cash? Now, keep in mind that everything is in French, right? I can't read any of it, but of course I say, oh, it's that lane over there. I have no idea if it's that. It's that lane over there. So he goes into that lane and he takes the ticket because we got a ticket at a previous toll. So you go to the new toll and you put the ticket in and it calculates how much you owe. So he puts the ticket in once, it fails. And there's a line of cars behind us. He puts the ticket in twice and it fails. Instantly out comes the camera.
The ticket's not working. Is this the right one?
Yeah, is there another ticket?
Number in the ticket.
I'm sorry? Oh, there's like 5 cars behind me.
Yeah, well.
Give me the number.
Give her
the
the number.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Oh, there's a lot of numbers.
It's a big. The big number.
07 after.
Okay, 07015 03.
Okay.
Okay.
66.
Oh, 6.
Okay. Where do I put the money?
Where do you put the money? Where do you put the money?
Where you put the money? Oh, I'm in the wrong.
Oh, you're the wrong lane. I told you this. You guys use your credit card. Do we use credit card? Yeah, two cards.
Yes. Here. Grab a card.
Grab a card. Hold on, I'm looking for it. Oh, you think they'll start honking? Here.
The guy behind's putting.
Try this. Try that card.
He's pulling a gun.
Try that card. See if that card works.
Are you recording?
I'm recording the whole thing, man.
It's not reading the card.
Did you put the card in the right way?
I think I did.
What does it say?
It's not reading the card. Oh, there we go.
There we go. They read the card.
Oh my God!
Oh, we got it.
We're free. We're free. The lady has had the country. Thank you. Thank you, Lord. Oh, Lord.
Oh, that was close. That was a close one.
Oh my God!
How many cars were behind us, do you think?
I am sweating. My blood pressure is high. The cars are backed up to Lille. Oh my God! Oh, that was so stressful. I swear.
Oh my God! Can I have my card back? How much just went on my card? Like,
it's $160.
And that is the end of the video. As always, you guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again soon.
Can I taste your juice?